Meanwhile, President Biden yesterday on 60 Minutes actually blamed MAGA Republicans and chaos in Congress for the rise in global threats. Yes, watch this.
Does the dysfunction that we've seen in Congress increase the danger in the world?
Yes. Look, this is not your father's Republican Party. 30% of it is made up of these MAGA Republicans who are maybe... Democracy is something they don't look at it the same way you and I look at democracy.
Liz, this is actually pretty outrageous this morning. So, no, President Biden is not talking about his climate change agenda, which shut down oil production, putting national security at risk in America, sending oil prices spiking. He's not talking about the reckless spending of the Democrats, which sent inflation to 40-year highs. He's not even talking about his ineptitude on the world stage with a wide-open southern border where terrorists are flowing in and that reckless and botched withdrawal from Afghanistan, which sent our adversaries on the rise. And he's not even talking about his appeasement of killers, including Iran for the last 2 years, and China, which is sending surveillance vehicles into our country. No. He's talking about MAGA Republicans for the chaos that we're seeing.
I think it's the most offensive thing possibly he's ever said in office, and that is a long list. Look, since the day he took office, every single thing he's done has been to overturn what Trump's policies were, and every single time it has backfired, Maria, whether it's at the border or in our relations with China or relations with Russia, you name it. This is a weak president. The world sees it. If we are talking about a bumbling, stuttering, incapable man of 80 years old trying to lead this country, imagine what the thugs that run all those evil countries look at. I mean, they see a guy who cannot defend America, is not defending America, and now he's blaming his political opponents for all the things that he has done wrong. Energy is just the tip of the iceberg, but it is a really big tip of the iceberg, because in suppressing American production, which should be 3 to 4 million barrels a day higher than it is right now, he has emboldened and enriched Iran, Venezuela, Russia, and other countries. Everything he has done is wrong. It's inconceivable that he is blaming MAGA Republicans for the turmoil we see basically stemming from his misguided policies.
It sure is. And does he think we don't know? Does he think we're not aware of 13 servicemen, people losing their lives because of his botched withdrawal from Afghanistan, which triggered our adversaries? Does he think we don't know about how he has been appeasing China all of these years and triggering them to do whatever they wanted to America police stations in New York, for God's sakes? Does he think we don't know that inflation was at a 40-year high? He actually has the nerve, Joe, to say he wants to run for re-election, despite all of this and several world crises of his administration. Watch this. Watch this.
Given these two wars and the dysfunction in Congress, are you sure that you want to run again?
Yes, because I'm sure. Look, when I ran, I said the world's at an inflection point. The world's changing. But we have an opportunity to make it. So imagine if we were able to succeed in getting the Middle East put in place where we have normalization of relations. I think we can do that.
We had normalization. We had peace in the Middle East because of the Abraham Accords under the Trump administration. He also said that the U.S. does not need to send troops to Israel, and the administration will provide everything that they need, Liz. Really?
Well,
what are they providing?
Yeah, good question, because not that long ago, he told the world rather inartfully that we were out of munitions because of our involvement with Ukraine, Maria. So I'm not sure what we have left in the armaments department to send to Israel. But look, I mean, again, everything he has done pretty much since he took office has been wrong, and mainly because it is guided by nothing other than hatred of Donald Trump, including this interview last night. I mean, honestly, at some point, he's going to realize it's not just 30% of Republicans who consider him wrong-footed on almost every policy. It's the majority of Americans. I don't know if he's looked at the polls lately. He has the worst polling of any president in our generation. That is actually quite an accomplishment.